Cześć, witaj ponownie. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. Dzień dobry. So today we're going to be checking out ranking 8 cities in Poland from worst to best. We're gonna be checking this out together. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, comment, and let's check this out together.
Major cities in Poland. All 8 cities were cool places to check out, but I do have my favourites and I do have my least favourites. So in this video I'm going to rank my favourite cities from 1 to 8 in Poland. Now Poland is actually one of my favourite countries in all of Europe. It's a very well developed country with very good public transport, the people are nice, the food is good, it's more affordable than other places in Western Europe. The architecture is lovely, it's very safe, there's lots of history, so it's just a fantastic place to visit if you've not been to Poland before. Drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what your favourite Polish city in Poland was, and tell me why it was your favourite, and also tell me your least favourite if you've been to a few Polish cities. Which city didn't you like if you didn't like one? Right, so let's get into the rankings 1 to 8, starting from 8, my least favourite. Now number 8 on my list is Łódź. Now I know you're probably looking at the spelling thinking that's pronounced Lodz, not Łódź, but the correct pronunciation is Łódź. Now there's nothing in particular that's really wrong with Łódź, like it's an okay city, but it was a little too quiet for me. I was walking down the main high street, which is called Pietrzykowska Street, excuse my very bad Polish pronunciation, but on this main high street it was very quiet. Even on the weekend it was very quiet. There isn't really too much in the city. There is some nice artwork that you can see. Łódź is actually the film production centre of Poland, so you'll see all these stars when you walk down Pietrzykowska Street. The stars commemorate important people in Polish film, and that's why some people refer to Łódź as Hollywood. Łódź is a very great industrial city. It's known historically for its manufacturing. I mean, the nightlife isn't too bad. You will find some nightlife on Pietrzykowska Street. There are a lot of students in Łódź, but would I return? Probably not. Now, city number 7 in my list of favourite Polish cities would be Katowice. Now, just like Łódź, Katowice is a very industrial city. It's located in the south of Poland. Now, the reason why I will give Katowice the edge over Łódź is just because I thought it was a more lively city. To be fair, I was in Łódź in the winter and I was in Katowice in the summer, so that may influence why Katowice was more lively in my opinion. But personally, I do prefer lively cities, and because Katowice is more compact than Łódź, I'd probably prefer to return to Katowice just over Łódź. But to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't go back to both places. And just a note, if you are going to go to Katowice for a night out, I do recommend you go to the Mariacka Street. Again, I probably not pronounced that correctly, but on this street here you have lots of bars. This was recorded on a Monday night, and even on a Monday night in the summer it was quite lively. Now, my 6th favourite city in Poland was Gdansk. Now, the architecture in Gdansk is very, very nice. It's a really pretty place. You can walk along the river. No? The old town is really compact. There is a World War II museum you can check out. You can also check the Maritime Museum too. If you're there in the summer, I recommend you go to Sopot for a day trip to the beach. The advantage Gdansk has over other Polish cities is that it is located on the coast, so you do have access to beaches. However, the reason why it isn't one of my favourite cities is just because it is quite pricey. Accommodation I found to be was quite pricey, food was quite pricey, drinks were quite pricey. Because the old town is really compact, it did feel very touristy and very over touristy. I don't mind vibrant cities, I do really like vibrant cities, but it just felt a bit overcrowded for me in the summer. Now, my 5th favourite Polish city would be Poznan. Poznan is in the west of Poland and it is nowhere near as touristy as Gdansk or Krakow or Warsaw. There isn't really too much to do other than walk around the old town, see some of the churches, eat some food, have a few drinks. I was there during the Christmas markets in 2022, so it was nice to wander around, go to the Christmas market. I just personally give the edge to Poznan slightly over Gdansk, just because I thought Poznan felt more authentic. It wasn't as touristy as Gdansk, and also it was cheaper. It felt more authentic. It wasn't as touristy as Gdansk, and also it was cheaper. Now, my 4th favourite city in Poland is Lublin. Now, Lublin is located in the east of Poland, and Lublin's old town is one of the nicest old towns in the entire country, in my opinion. It is quite a small city, so you can get the highlights done within 24 hours, but there's a really nice castle, there's lots of restaurants, pubs and bars. I do highly recommend that you visit the Majdanek
concentration camp. Sadly, it was one of Poland's largest concentration camps, but it was one of the first in Poland to be liberated. And if you are going to have a night out, I recommend that you go to this street here, which is called Krakowski.
That it was Warsaw that was much expensive, okay, than Gdansk, but he's saying that Gdansk is quite expensive, accommodation, food, everything. So you can let me know if you're from Gdansk, is it true? Let me know in the comment section. And he comparing is it loads and the other one, the other Cites, is it I've forgotten the name. The name is in my mind, but I've forgotten the name just now. Can you imagine? Anyway, he comparing the two cities together. He cannot compare it because they are two different weathers. Okay, you came in this particular city when it's winter, and you came in the other particular city when it's summer. So the atmosphere will definitely change because winter people are inside and summer people are definitely outside, even till dawn self. So it's quite different. So you shouldn't have not compared the two cities with two different seasons. Yeah, but this is quite interesting to watch. All right, so I would like to know his number one. I'm super curious to know his number one.
Przemyśl, again,
In
my
summer.
Polish pronunciation probably
So it's
isn't
summer.
great, but the street is full of bars and restaurants, and in particular in the summer it will be busy.
Wrocław.
This video here was recorded in July 2023.
Wrocław.
Now, my
Wrocław.
third favourite Polish city
The
is
architecture in Poland
Wrocław.
is so beautiful.
Again, it's not
seriously.
pronounced Wrocław, but it's pronounced something like Wrocław. You do have some really stunning architecture in the old town, and in fact, most of it was destroyed in the Second World War, but it was rebuilt as it was. It's a very vibrant city. Outside of the old town, it feels very modern, but again, the old town is stunning. It is one of the best old towns in Poland. There's lots of really nice churches you can visit, and also it's a really green city as well. There's lots of gardens. There's the University Botanical Gardens, which is really nice to walk through. You can walk along the river, and you will definitely want to do that in the summer, because in the summer it can get really hot here. You also have lots of these dwarfs around the city. Wrocław is known as the city of dwarfs, so do keep your eyes peeled and look out for these dwarfs everywhere. Wrocław's in clubs, and you can also go to the old town for some bars too. I am a really big fan of Wrocław. It definitely makes my top 3 favourite Polish cities. And now my second favourite city in Poland is the capital, Warsaw. It is the biggest city in Poland. It's a very modern city. You've got skyscrapers, shopping malls. It has the best shopping in Poland, and also has the best nightclubs and cocktail bars if you're into partying. Now, just like Wrocław Old Town, Warsaw Old Town again was completely destroyed in the Second World War, but it was rebuilt exactly as it was. And it's a stunning old town, certainly one of the best in Poland. You can visit the Warsaw Royal Castle, there are palaces you can see, there are some World War II museums, there are gardens that you can walk through, there are theatres, there are art galleries, but do be aware, because it is Poland's capital and it is the biggest city, it is Poland's most expensive city. However, you should definitely not skip out on Warsaw. It definitely is in my top 3 favourite Polish cities. And now it's time for my favourite Polish city. Number 1, you've probably guessed it, it is Krakow. Now, Krakow Old Town was totally unscathed during the Second World War, so the old town that you see today was genuinely the old town, and it is absolutely stunning. In my opinion, it is the best old town in Poland. It's such a vibrant city. You have cobbled streets everywhere, shops, bars, clubs, restaurants. You can visit the Wawel Castle, which is where many of the Polish royal family used to live back in the day. I absolutely recommend that you do a day trip to the Wieliczka salt mine. It is a fantastic day trip. It's about a 30-minute train ride from Krakow Główny train station. You get taken on a guided tour, and you can also purchase some specially made sea salt chocolate at the end of the tour. And of course, one of the most important day trips that you certainly need to do when you are in Krakow is a day trip to Auschwitz-Birkenau. If you're going from Krakow, you will need to either drive there or book a tour from Krakow to the concentration camp. I do recommend that you book a private transfer from Krakow to Auschwitz-Birkenau, and I'm going to put a link in the description where you can purchase tickets to do just that. Now, on a lighter note, Krakow is a big party city, so there's lots of nightlife options. Krakow is known to be a bit of a party city, but don't worry if you're not a party animal, because you can easily avoid it. But there are lots of pubs, lots of bars, lots of clubs you can go to. For pubs, I recommend that you go to Banja Luka. Banja Luka are a chain of pubs in Krakow, so you can go to one of them and you can get some really cheap beers there. If you're into more trendy bars, I do recommend that you go to the Jewish quarter, Kazimierz.
You'll find some more hipster places there, and you'll get a more local experience, because in the old town it is full of tourists, whereas if you go to the Jewish quarter you'll find a lot more locals there. Kazimierz actually does remind me a lot of Budapest, if any of you have been to Budapest before. Now, even though Krakow is a very touristy city, you can escape the tourists, because most of the tourists are just concentrated in the old town. If you go a few blocks outside the old town, you will get a more local experience. Krakow is a really safe city, so you don't really need to worry too much about safety, but 2 little safety tips. I wouldn't recommend going to strip clubs. You don't need to go to strip clubs. They're perfect places for people to get scammed and people to get robbed, so don't go there. And also, I would not recommend going into any bar or club where someone tries to get you to go inside. If you are in the old town at night, you will see some guys and girls who try to get you to go into their bars and clubs. Just don't go in. Don't go into any bar or club where someone is trying to get you to go into, because you're probably going to get scammed, or it's probably going to be a really rubbish experience. So just don't go. Do your research cool places to go, and you can easily avoid these bad places. Now, some food tips. Wherever you go in Poland, you definitely want to eat pierogi. Pierogi is kind of the national iconic dish of Poland. I do highly recommend that you go to Pirogania to get some pierogi. They're like a chain of restaurants in Krakow. You can also get some traditional Polish food at this place called Bar Mleczny. Again, I've not pronounced that very well, but there you can get lots of traditional Polish food, and it's a canteen, so you do save money going there. I also highly recommend you try some żurek soup when you're in Poland. Now, if you are looking for a proper restaurant meal out in Krakow, I do recommend you go to Tbilisi restaurant. It is a Georgian restaurant, and Georgian food is very tasty if you've not had Georgian food before. So I do highly recommend you come here for a meal out. And if you like chocolate, I recommend you go to Carmelo, which is a cafe which serves chocolates. And also you can get some hot chocolate, including chili hot chocolate. Now, if you do agree or you do disagree with anything that I've said or any of my picks in my list, do drop a comment below and do tell me what your list would be. What would be your favourite Polish cities and what would be your worst Polish cities? Now, I do really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I do hope that this video has been useful. If it has, please do click the like button. It really does help the channel. Hit the thumbs up button right now and please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
This is amazing. His number one was Krakow. Me, sometimes I always have this indecision to pick between Krakow and Warsaw, which will be my number one. So everybody have their own favorite city to go to. So this is quite interesting to watch. I hope you enjoyed this particular video with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to give the video a huge and massive thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Share with comment which of this city is your favorite. Okay, me, I love Gdańsk, Krakow, Warsaw, and that's, is it Sopot? Yeah, I love that city because of the beach. Okay. Cute. And I think is it Poznan? Yeah, like 5 city in Poland right now that I like. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video with me. Let me know your thoughts. Which are your favorite city, which is the worst and which is the best? Okay, drop it in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next one. I love the hint he left for Krakow. Okay, that when you're walking around in the city, don't allow people to scam you or tell you to go to this particular bar or nightclub, blah blah blah. That's quite good. He alerts that anyway, so now I know. So in case I go there and somebody says, oh no, I am not going. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Jackie and Domizenia. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.